back to another episode, guys. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys for being here. Nefty, my friend, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you. What's up, everyone? Thank you for having me. Great to be here.
Rudy, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thanks again for having me. Hi to everybody in the chat.
Thank you for quitting your job to make it. Joker J, how are you, my friend? Welcome.
Excellent. Doing good. I got a little thing in the mail
Wait.
today.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
What is that? Look at that.
Bling, bling.
So fancy with the Gucci brand.
It's my peasant attire.
So, guys, so it looks like. So we knew that Jaz Inc. had mentioned that they were getting into 1/6 scale figures. They had previously done a vulture figure, which I own. The wings were the one thing that made the figure what it is, or what it was. I don't know how I feel about them getting into 1/6 scale figures. Again, not that it's a bad thing, not that it's a negative thing. I just personally, I don't know how to feel having dealt with them making their vehicles, how they make them. You know, in the community, it's a thing that they are very defective. Their products are very defective, and so we are going to get into this whole topic, guys, because I think it's very important. And not only that, but just like when Inart came in, just like when J&D came in, again, even though Jaz Inc. has been around for a bit, not making figures, they have made a figure, right? As far as I know, that's the only figure that that I've ever known from them. I bought it. Again, the whole point of that figure to me, I believe, was them making the wings and showing off the fact that they can make the wings. Right. The amount of money that the figure was valued at, or was priced at. At the time, I guess it was what it was. It was something like 500 and change, if I'm not mistaken. Which again, I feel like it is what it is. If at the time that's what you wanted, and nobody has made a vulture, had made a vulture until recently, it wasn't a big deal. Another thing that was said in Jaz Inc's video, literally his very first words are something that I'm going to get into as well, that are very, very disrespectful and very, very hypocritical as well. So let me say hello to the chat real quickly before we get started, and then we'll get right into it. You guys want to say anything while I look at the chat? All right. So, Carlos, how are you, my friend? Welcome, the first one.
Charlie, my friend, Charlie Brigante, how you doing?
Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. We got Uncarded in the house. You can't spell Inner without Jaz Inc. The new king of 1/6. Yes.
I told you that's what's going to happen.
Guys, you heard it here first. The new king. Because don't forget, Jaz Inc. has to go on tour. They have to go on tour with the Q&A to create some hype, even though there's some hype, obviously, directly from them. But you heard it here first. Remember who the king's gonna be. Rudy, what? Give me your exact quotes of what we're going to be hearing in the community very, very soon. Go ahead.
What's it gonna be? It's gonna be, this is exactly what the community needed. Hot Toys needs to learn from you, and this is what they should be doing, right? And then it's going to be, competition is good. Competition is a great thing. Those are going to be the phrases, the go-to.
The talking points.
Oh, man.
Yep.
Rudy,
the political talking points.
Rudy.
How dare you?
In my words, it's what's going to be said. It's just what's going to happen.
Exactly. So the reason why I wanted Rudy to say this is because that is exactly what is going to happen. Period. It's that simple. So keep your ears open, because it's only a matter of time until he goes on tour to again talk about this, create the hype around it. But it's gonna get juicy, guys. It's gonna get very juicy. Let's see who else is in the house. We got Anthony in the house. Welcome, my friend. How are you?
How you doing?
Welcome. My volume is low. I can't hear my own how you doings. Let's see who else is in the house. We got Nefty in the house. Welcome. I haven't seen him in a long time. We got Carter says, fellow collector, welcome back, family. He's reordering the new Jaz Inc Catwoman.
Two-pack.
Carter being disrespectful.
How dare you?
Uncarded. I told him he's going to order 3 so he can complain about 2 of them.
He's gonna try to trade the third one for something else.
Can you
Trade.
Umbra Trooper.
For trade, yeah.
No, guys. Also, guys, if anybody has a commando trooper out there, an extra one, a spare one, I didn't get one, so please hook somebody up with me. Let's see. We got Punisher in the house. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Let's see who else in here very quickly. We got Gilbert in the house. You made it, my friend. Welcome. You made it. You made it. You made it. Let's see. We got Figment in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Being here. Let's see who else. This guy. Oh my God. We got Rob in the house. Welcome, my friend. For being here. We got, let's see. We got Harold in the house. Welcome. Thank you. He says, driving home from work and some bad. Yeah, we had a huge storm today, like all morning. But I just wanted to stop. Yes, thank you for being here, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you for stopping by. Get home safe. Get home safe, my friend. We got Bo.
How you doing?
Let's see. We got Thule in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. Yes, guys, please. There's 25 of you guys. You didn't hit that like button if you don't mind. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. We got Derek in the house. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, guys. Thank you guys for being here. We got Giovet in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here.
How you doing?
We have, let's see. We got Luke in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. You made it. Thank you for being here. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. We got Thomas Jones, Jaz Inc. Rest in peace. That is so mean.
I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody.
Oh, Thomas Jones, you're horrible. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We got Caleb in the house. How are you, my friend? Thank you for being here. Welcome, guys. Oh my God, Figment in the house with the super chat already.
Yikes.
Thank you, my friend. FabsFigures. She's a surgeon. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it. That is awesome. Oh my God. Yeah, guys. I only have a few large, extra large, and XXLs left. I got 2 hats left. If anybody's interested, so please message me if you're interested. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate it as always. We got the Hot Toys Nightmare in the house. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing? Another channel member in the house. Thank you. We got Michael in the house. How are you, my friend? Welcome. See who else is in here. We got Chris. Welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. Let's see. All right, good. We caught up. We got Mad Planet in the house. How are you? Welcome. And let's see. All right, we did it, guys. So, all right, guys, buckle up. Okay?
Here we go.
Here we go. We got Jeff in the house before we get started. How are you, my friend? Right, so here we go. Okay. So, first and foremost, before we get started, we got to pull up what we're talking about. So there is this. Okay. So it looks like Jaz Inc. is making the Catwoman figure from 1992, Batman Returns. And the one thing I'm going to start off with saying is this. For those who watched the video, and I don't know, what do you guys think? Should I play the video? I can't play the video because they won't be able to hear it. I got to like upload it weird. So, but anyway, for those who haven't, who have watched the video, and for those who haven't, you could go watch it right now real quickly, because what I'm about to talk about is literally within the first half a second of his sentence. Okay? So, one thing that I find very disrespectful and very hypocritical that came out of his mouth. We're talking about Jaz Inc., right? And the video regarding Catwoman. His first words were the illegal version or the illegal release was already announced. Something to those words, something to that effect, but the words illegal were used. Okay. This is where this is hypocritical, bipolar, ridiculous. I don't understand. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. How do you have the audacity? And again, none of this is personal. I don't have a problem with Yost or anything like that, so don't take it that way. But words were said, so I'm talking about the words that were said. Where do you get the audacity to call somebody illegal when your whole company from day one has been illegal? Everything you have ever made before this WB license has been illegal. Everything you have ever made and still make to this day, Star Wars branding, is illegal. So for you to have the balls or the nerve or the gall or whatever you want to say to call another company illegal as your first words out of your mouth is very wrong. To be a company, again, that is started just like them, you were just like Mars Toys, you were just like Toys Era, you were just like everybody else. You were never licensed, so you were illegal. Just like you called Mars Toys illegal, or not Mars Toys, what was the other one? Eternal, illegal. When you've been illegal your whole life until what, last year, the year before when you got the license. So why do you think that all of a sudden, because you got one license, that you're suddenly better than everybody? When, again, you've been in the game, in the community, illegally for the longest time. That Vulture you made was illegal. Everything Star Wars you've ever made is still illegal because you don't have a license for Star Wars, period. So that's illegal. Okay, so you're suddenly just not better than everybody because you got one license and still making illegal stuff. Okay, so that to me, again, suddenly you feel what? That you're better than a third-party company because you got one license? That to me is wrong. Again, very hypocritical, because where did you come from? It's like being an immigrant and you get your green card and it's like, look at all those immigrant. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, it's crazy, right? It's like once you make it, you're like, oh, screw everybody else. Right. You know, it's like, yo, like, so that to me is very, it shows the person's color. And again, take it as you want. None of this is personal. I'm just pointing out what was said and pointing out that how are you going to throw stones when you live in a glass house? It's insane. It's insane. Makes no sense. Absolutely no sense for that to even be his first word. Illegal. If you're so confident about your product that you're about to speak on, the last thing you should be talking about is illegal anything. You should be focused on what the product is, what the product is going to be about, what you're planning on doing differently, if anything, what we should expect, if anything. But to start off a video with illegal, you know, like what? Like, yo, you know, so that's all I have to say about that. So I'm going to go with Nefty. Nefty, how do you feel about the announcement? How do you feel about, or what do you expect about the company, knowing that, you know, there's tons of complaints about the quality, that there is a lot of people who are starting to realize that, again, I say a lot of people, I don't mean specifically a lot of people. I've heard of people and know of people who have completely stopped purchasing those products because it's not worth that money.
Yeah.
So
Well-
you being around all this and you knowing all this, how do you feel and what do you expect about this company making figures?
Well, to jump on that 30-second beginning of the video that you mentioned about,
Go ahead.
That was a poor choice of word on his part. But as to why he's saying what he's saying, he's a licensed guy now, and he's paying a lot of money for it. He has to protect it. Absolutely, is a poor choice of words that he started with. I would have, if I would have been his publicist, I would have said, "Hey, don't use those words." But now he's on the other side. He's paying for this license. He has to protect his interests in those regards. And as for Jaz Inc's product, now I have 10 of his items. And as you guys know in the chat, the last item that I received from him was in November, the Justice League Batmobile. And it came with a broken axle. And we went all through the month trying to get it fixed. And eventually it just got fixed about 2 weeks ago. So I know that I don't know Joe's personally, but I know he's from the community. He's part of the community. My understanding, he started here, and he started obviously illegal and making products and items that weren't mainstream. And since then, he's grown. Even as we look at Michelle Pfeiffer today, this is a product that no one was really making, and he hinted that he was going to try to make these secondary characters that no one was really concentrating in. I know he kind of got burned with the DeLorean at the time when he was looking for licensing. Hot Toys got heads up and they did their power move. It is what it is. I would suspect that he did the same homework with Michelle. When he went to Warner Brothers, he saw that nobody else had her or was planning on doing her legally. He jumped on it as a businessman that he is to make this product for us in the community that want this. Now, as to the quality, he's aware because he's part of the community and he comes from this community that this is a very merciless, critical community when it comes to a licensed product. Third party people are more forgiving because they understand it's not licensed. They don't have all the backings that a licensed manufacturer would have. So you're less critical. But when it's a licensed product, knowing this community, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt that Jaz is aware of that, and he's going to come and meet the standards that everyone is expecting. Now, you Fabs, you have passed that threshold. You actually own a Jaz Inc. Figure, because even with the 10 products I own, none of them are figures. So you have an idea. Is the body good for the Vulture?
Well,
I know it's not a scope. Yeah, go ahead.
So to answer your question, I would never even count that figure as figure. I won't count that figure as including it as them making figures, because this was this was the only thing that ever made as a figure. Okay. And again, the whole point of this figure was the wings. So I'm not even going to hold this against them and say, oh, well, this is what they're all going to be like. Absolutely not. This was very, very long, very, very long ago. So bodies alone have been updated, since then. So I'm not going to hold that figure against them whatsoever, because it doesn't belong in whatever's coming up. Remember also that Vulture was not licensed. It was just a custom piece that they did. So, which there's nothing wrong with doing customs. Again, a custom figure from them would be illegal at the time. Right? They didn't have a license for Vulture. They didn't have a license for Marvel. So illegal product he was making. But again, when it comes to the actual figure and the actual, aesthetics of the figure and whatever, I will never. And, for the longest time, I'm like, I can't even move this figure because I don't want to break something, just because I thought it was going to be that type of fragile figure. So I've left it alone. It's perfectly fine. I don't touch it. I don't play with it. I don't mess with the wings. But the whole point is that because this is a figure that was from so many years ago, right? It wouldn't be fair to say, oh, this is crap, and now everything in the future is going to be this. It wouldn't be logical to say, right? It wouldn't make sense to say. You can't compare something like that. And I can tell you this right now. You could say, well, he wasn't licensed before, but he's licensed now, so they're going to be better. You guys know that having a license does not mean better.
People believe that, though.
No, that's what I'm pointing it out.
That's why he said that. because he's appealing to a certain community. He's got something over the other companies that have been undercutting him and stealing his money, basically.
Yep.
And it's a competition. So it's marketing. I get why he said it. The illegal thing comes off weird though, because like you said, everybody got started that way.
He started as the Robin Hood.
Correct.
But not just him, everybody.
Correct.
Even Hot Toys started like that. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
starting
Hot Toys.
illegal.
You're right.
There's nothing wrong with starting illegal. That's not the problem, because nobody ever talks about it. But the fact that he had to throw that out there to make another company look bad, now that he's licensed, to me, that's a dick move.
But that's what I'm saying. That's not just kind of a slap in their face. It's a slap in everybody's face because everybody came from that. So it doesn't really make sense at all. But
to bring that up, exactly.
I can't one bad choice of words compared to like everything I've seen of that guy's character. I can't hold that against him. I get where you're coming from, though. I get where you're coming from.
And like I said, none of this is personal. I've never had.
No, I know that.
The guy's, very nice when it came to me. I don't have a personal issue with him. I never did. I never have. I don't think I ever will. But still, like, things like that should not be said because of the fact that you're guilty of it.
Yes.
So it's like, why? Like, everybody knows that already. Like, there's no need for you to, you know what I mean? Everybody saw that Eternal had announced that figure. So all you had to do was, everybody saw the announcement of the Catwoman. Well, this is ours. That's it. That would have been no issue.
But there's a demographic of people that come in the newbies that don't know a lot. They want something that's officially licensed. That stamp is big to some people.
Correct.
So you hook those people with wording like that. Wording is very important when you're pushing products.
I guess, but it's like a low way to do it. You know what I mean?
Oh, I agree. It didn't really come off good. It didn't.
Right.
But to summarize my point of view, so he's part of this community. He's grown up in this community. He knows how very critical and merciless this community is. So he should be paying attention to what he puts out there, especially his first Michelle Pfeiffer, because everybody is looking. And remember, he respects Hot Toys. He says he collects Hot Toys. He even acknowledges that he couldn't make the volume that Hot Toys does, and he reemphasizes that he's here to make those odd figures that I guess no one else is making and collectors are clamoring for.
Well, he can't compete with Hot Toys, so he's got to fill in the blanks. You know what I mean?
You saw Mike's statement?
Unreal. Now,
where is he? Mike, get on here, bud.
So, Rudy,
talk to me.
Your turn. Let us know. How do you feel?
No, look,
about all this?
I'm going to echo Nefty and Joker, right? I think he's seems like a stand-up guy, and I think he had a poor choice of words with that. But I think what's attached to that is there's a lot of frustration that's built up in that guy and that company because, right, like he said, every stream he's been on where he's been talking about figures, he's been talking about the 66 Batman and kind of following up that line. And then every time Mars Toys comes out, drops the Penguin, drops the Riddler, drops the Joker. They're dropping great-looking figures, and he's like, what am I going to do, right? And now look at this. He's been working on this Catwoman figure. Clearly, he's very proud of getting Michelle Pfeiffer's approval on the likeness, which is huge, right? I think that's awesome. And then all of a sudden, Eternals comes out, drops their pre-order, and Mars Toys teases theirs. So it's like I think that was driven by frustration. Now, as far as the figure itself, right, even whatever you feel about his vehicles and his dioramas, right, I think it's a big jump from there to actual 6-scale figures. And I think we've seen part of that with InArt. We've seen part of that with J&D and what they've been talking about as the process and them launching into the 6-scale world. And I think that's something that I'm curious what he's going to do. I don't think he's going to set out to do something poor, right? He's going to want to do something good. But the question is, will he be able to, especially for the first release? Right, what's he going to be able to pull out of his hat? And like you said, licensed is not always necessarily an indicator that you're going to get the best quality product. Correct. I mean, we've talked about the Stallone shop Marion Cobretti. I love the figure because of what it means to me, but you hold that figure up against a 3.0 product, and it's honestly night and day. But you're paying for a licensed product. Correct. It just doesn't mean it's going to be there. So I think he's got a couple of hurdles to jump.
Hey, Rudy,
for him. Yeah.
Rudy, too. Think about this. Of all the figures to start with, if that suit isn't skin tight, which means that body has to be perfectly proportioned, it's gonna not. It's people ain't gonna be cool with it. So it's a very hard figure to pull off properly.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you an
Hot Toys has
example.
trouble with that.
Right.
And
I'm gonna give
they've
you an
been doing it forever.
And Fabs is gonna laugh because of the company I'm gonna bring up, but Exo 6, they had the. But listen, one of their figures that was like the Jerry Ryan character, right? And they had to put a lot of research into that because people were waiting for that character, and it took them a while to hit that. So that wasn't their first figure. So they put some time into trying to figure things out. You're right, Booker. This is a big task that Yost is taking right now. He set the bar high for himself with a character people want.
Yes.
And something that he's got to deliver on, because if you get a loose latex suit, the whole point of these figures is realism, right?
Yep.
Accuracy. He has something that's not there, he's going to get torn apart by it.
Another thing, this is a great point by Michael. He had mentioned that the figures were going to be between 250 and 300. And then he mentioned something of a double pack.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. So I can tell you this. You guys got to remember that they're shipping from the Netherlands or wherever the hell he's from. Right?
Yeah.
So that's not going to be cheap.
No,
$70.
So
easy.
That's number one. I could tell you this. Okay. He's giving you a ballpark of whatever the figure may be. Remember what he does with every vehicle. He'll give a ballpark, and then, we need it to go up because of this and this and this and this change and that change, and this was more expensive and blah, blah, blah. So expect a higher price than what's given, just out of, just expect it. It could be inflation, it could be whatever. Just expect to pay more than that.
Yeah, those vehicles are not $1,500. Don't anybody be under that illusion.
Right.
They're closer to $2,000 at the end of the day.
Right. So stay very aware of that. Be mindful of that it's gonna, the shipping is gonna be pricey. Obviously, depending on how heavy this packaging is. It's a female figure. I don't think it's gonna be a lot of stuff in there that are gonna weigh a lot. He's talking about a fancy box as well, which we're gonna get into all of the things that he mentioned that it's supposed to bring. So I want to get to Joker J. Joker J, tell us how you feel about all this.
How I feel about all what?
The figure, the Wonder Woman, Jaz Inc. getting into the whole game.
Oh, I just did. I said, well, yeah, okay. I like that they're in the game because, again, competition. If they put out an 80% their Catwoman, and it drives somebody else to put out an 85% their Catwoman, hopefully we get the best one from one of these three companies. Based on what I've seen with the vehicles, I didn't have a problem with them. Okay. Me and Fabs have been going back and forth about this forever. I got the 66, and mine came with very little problems. It didn't come with no problems. It came with nothing that I couldn't fix like within 2 seconds. Fabs, on the other hand, had some orange peel in his paint. That can't be undone unless you know how to paint these things yourself and match everything up, and it would be rather difficult, and I know because I do this for a living. But so he's also had like 6 more vehicles, and he's had problems with all of them. So I get where he's coming from. But for me, I'm looking forward to getting this figure, but because I've had good relations with Jaz, but at the same time, the quality issues that I've seen from him and other people do make me wonder if there aren't going to be issues in other areas with the figure. Maybe not the bodies being brittle, but maybe the suit's not being perfect, or the head sculpts, maybe the paint lines are kind of off or something. Like, who knows? I don't know. There is a reason to worry about that.
Why do you think they chose, like you mentioned, such a difficult figure to do, knowing that they're not experienced in that? Or do you think that they said, you know what, it's something that nobody's making? Obviously, suddenly they were like, oh man, this company out of nowhere. So they figured nobody's making this. Let's do something different. Obviously, it's a character that a lot of people have been dying for years, that for whatever reason nobody has made besides customizers.
That's why.
Do you think? Well, do you think it's let's what's the word? Let's test ourselves and see how we pull this off, or let's go for a popular character?
Well, test themselves, maybe. I mean, I think they're going to shoot for the moon because they want to make a big splash. But I don't think this was their first character. Like Rudy was saying about like these factories all do parts for each different companies, and people have their guys on the floor and they see what's going on and word gets around. And he's gotten undercut by a few companies in the past. Where was I going with that? I forgot where I was going with that. You have these moments where you black out when you get older.
Well, that happens to me.
Well, you want me to jump in, Joker J? Can I jump in?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Well, what I would think also, giving his kind of engineering background when it comes to his vehicles and all, that he would get his ducks in orders when it comes to this character, this figure. So I'm sure he's already spoken to the artist that's going to render the image, the people that are going to make the body, the people that are going to make the clothing. He's probably already seen some hands-on figure that he's tested.
And he's touting the guy who does the sculpting.
Yes,
right.
Yes. So
right.
Again, he knows how critical this community is. I would suspect that he gets his ducks in order behind the scenes with the customizer, the head sculpt guy, the clothing, even the distribution, and even I'm going to give him credit, the quality control. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt, I should say, quality control, because when you start making figures, the quality of control is different from vehicles. You can have all types of issue. Even the way the figures are transported the wrong way, and somebody will receive a hot mess on the other end.
Right.
Russ Bronco, welcome. He says Hot Toys had undercut Jaz Inc. a few times and never released the product.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
What I was going to say is it's demand. He knows there's a high demand for this figure. And I think he wants to come out with a splash, but I don't think this was the first figure on the docket because the other companies have been ripping him off. I think he's had to check figures off that list because the demand isn't going to be there because somebody else met that demand already.
Gotcha.
So I think she's a big enough name, a big enough draw, not out yet. Let's go with her. Pray for the best. I think that's where they're at.
And she called him.
Yeah.
And she called him.
Well, when you're licensed,
you get phone calls.
Yeah, you get these kind of perks.
She's like,
how you doing?
She's like, she's like, of course you can have my likeness.
No, but look, you're right, because he even mentioned in his video, and you've got to give him credit. You know how normally with the vehicles, he's always putting up just an image, a 3D rendering of what he's going to do. He said his goal was to actually have a prototype to show people that something's actually tangible. And he says he's about 4 to 5 weeks out on that. So I think that's where the frustration comes in with his first comment again. He's like, again, here we go. I'm about to show you guys a licensed prototype and Eternals and Mars. Now I've got another 2 companies to compete with. So I think that's building up. But you're right. I think it wasn't the first choice, but it's a big name enough to start his line with.
Excuse me.
And if he can deliver on this, right? If he can deliver on a really complicated figure, I think he's going to build up a lot of great support in the community for his 6-scale line. Yeah. So I think that's all kind of hand in hand.
Here's my thing.
And Fabs, you got to jump on it. Fabs, in the spirit of collecting. You got to jump on it. I mean, the price is fair, right? 2 figures, about 5, 6 is a $300 a pop. You got.
I don't think so.
So what I was going to say was, what if, oh my God, Rudy, what was your last point? I was going to piggyback off of that.
I think he knows he wants to deliver. He wants to make a splash.
Oh no! So what I think
we're all saying that, yeah.
What I was going to say was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that there's competition, right? I don't think that, at least for me, right? If I'm going to make a figure, right, out of nowhere, nobody's making. My goal is in my head, nobody's making this figure. I'm going to make it. As a, for example, my T-shirts and my stuff, I want the best quality stuff as best as I could afford, right? Because I don't want. Even though I'm not a T-shirt retailer, I don't make clothes, I'm not a designer, I'm not none of that. But I know personally that I'd rather spend a little bit more on quality to last longer than save money on something cheap that's not going to last me as long. So that's just what I do about everything regarding what I buy, whether it's cars, whether it's, electronics. You go with the name brand that is going to last you longer. So my point is this: if you are going to make a product, right, which Jaz Inc. is, right, the Catwoman, and you already know that, let's just say that you guys are 100% right and they want to make the splash. Their goal is to focus on that figure being their best figure ever, if that's your goal, right? We're talking about making the splash, so that must be their goal. Again, this is just assumption. We don't know what their goal is. We're assuming that that's what it is, which would make sense because everybody's goal making figures or making any product is for having it be a hit, right? So I don't think that they should be focused on anybody else. That's why that comment of illegal was unnecessary, because you're already focusing on somebody else regarding your product. So what are we going to do? Blame the fact that there was another product on the market that was, the same character. It's got to be completely different. It's not going to be the same whatsoever, anywhere near close to it whatsoever. He's already talking about doing real metal on the claws and real this and real that. We know that Eternal's not going to do anything like that. So why even bring them up? That shows fear. It could be fear. It shows worry. Why are you even thinking about? You think Hot Toys is sitting there thinking about InArt, thinking here about 3-0, thinking. No, they are watching though, because from InArt we're getting Artisan, but they're not worried. They're not struggling. They're not stressed out.
Well, they're not telling us about
Hot Toys, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I can tell you this. Correct. They're not telling us about it.
Right.
But
they're not showing their hand.
No, fine. Let's assume that we don't know that they're stressed out, but let's assume they are. Hot Toys is stressed out. How can we even tell or see?
No, that's the point, is that you would never know.
Well, exactly. The slightest hint of stress or fear or worry when they're pumping out 4 figures in 1 week for 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight.
But I think that's the difference, right? Hot Toys is coming in. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, Fabs.
No, I was gonna say, so what would that cause fear to Hot Toys ever? When they're worried about, they got every single license possible that anybody could ever want from a toy, mainstream wise. Multiple licenses at that. Pumping product left and right. Again, I feel like it's unfair to even be having this conversation comparing these two companies. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the point, right? Because you're comparing Hot Toys releasing all these figures, and nobody's making. I think the closer we've gotten is So made a Loki that Hot Toys made as well, but we've never gotten a direct. I don't think, right, other than InArt now with the Jokers, but we haven't gotten a direct competition to them. And they're making 130 figures or so. Like, they're putting up all those pre-orders. This is Jaz Inc's first figure. And like we were talking about, he's had a list. He's always said, I've had a list of figures. And he's trying to come into the market. And all of a sudden, somebody tries to undercut him again. It's like Hot Toys with all their pre-orders. If somebody does a third-party, what did they just release? A Mando Obi one. If somebody does a third-party Mando Obi, it's one of 130 figures they've got in order. Sure, they might be a little annoyed, but
for you, why do you keep saying undercutting him as if other companies have to worry about somebody else? If I'm a company and I'm in a community, I'm not worried about you. I'm not worried about nobody. I'm worried about myself. So if for whatever reason, I'm undercover, working on a figure or planning on making a figure, right? Nobody knows this but me. Another company like Eternal comes out and makes the same figure as me. Why is that undercutting me? That's not how am I taking that personally or having affected me? Yeah, it's going to affect you because you're in that realm of competition of figures. But at the end of the day, your job is to make your product and mind your own business and make sure that product is the best of the best. And that's it.
You're not wrong.
Look at the competition for inspiration, for ideas, right? Not to copy, but it's like, oh, look what they did. We could do that better, or let's try to make it different or better. That's when you look at the competition, or that's what you look at the competition for, right? But not like, oh man, like I just had this plan and now this guy came in and tried to undercut me. Like, no, like
But do we
Right, but-
listen? I'm not a licensing guy, but do we know how much the license costs for this? Because
that
that's
doesn't
the thing,
matter.
right?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
Well,
matter.
it does. If
No,
you just invested, Fabs,
Well,
hold on, wait.
go ahead.
If you've invested, X number of dollars on something, and you're working and producing it, you've already prepaid for this license,
Right.
and then somebody hasn't done that. It's not that you're like, my product is going to be inferior to Eternal Toys, but you're going to get a little pissed off saying, I just paid $10,000. Maybe that's cheap, but I just paid $10,000 to get this license,
I know where you're
and they didn't
headed
do
with
that.
this.
So
I know where you're headed. My point of that conversation of this topic is, if that's his mentality of, man, I just paid for this license to make this figure, and this person just came and made it for free. Have you heard of karma? He's been doing that to everybody forever. Now it's a problem. So that's what I mean. So that's I'm not going to take that as an excuse. I'm not going to take that as a justification for, oh well, he's licensed now we got to feel bad for him. Absolutely not. You were playing the game from day one. You're still playing the game, but now you're legit. You got to play the game. Hot Toys isn't crying about nothing, and they're licensed for everything they make. Everything. A keychain is licensed by Hot Toys. So
if nobody, wait a minute though, this isn't like he's putting out 130 different kinds of characters and someone else is putting up 130 different kinds of characters. This is like nobody talked about Batman 66. It was a dead property except for old fucks like me. Oh, sorry, old farts like me. Right? So it was a dead property.
How dare you?
And then here comes Jazz and he starts talking about it, just talking about it. And next thing you know, there's a Mars Toys and they're pumping out Saturn Toys and they're pumping out Batman and Robin. They're pumping out the Joker, the Riddler. Now here's a problem for Jazz. If he goes back and tries to come out with a Joker or a Riddler or whatever, whereas I would have normally bought his because it's the only one available, and whether it's perfect or not, I got to have it. Now I have another figure already that I can say, if it's not as good as this, I'm not going to make that purchase. So he's running the gamble of losing potential purchases too.
But that's the game. That's
the game. But you're not addressing what I said about like how come they're going after the specific property that he's trying to come up with? They're not making a bunch of other lines. They're almost strictly making Batman 89 and Batman 66.
Question for you. Do you think that Eternal knew that they were coming out with this figure?
Yes.
I'm going to say,
how would they know this?
They know.
I think
So undercuts Hot Toys all the time. They know when something's coming up, like an X-Man figure, and they come out with it like 3 weeks prior. They do it all the time.
That I would understand because everything happens in Hong Kong and China. That I get. Yeah. Right. But now but for him, is this going to happen to him? And is he going to make these figures in Hong Kong or China? No.
Well,
we don't know who he's reaching out to. He might be reaching out to for certain parts.
Right here. This is who I just showed you guys who he's reaching out to. So the sculptor is Sean Dabbs. The painter is Violet Witt Rocca. And I don't know. I think this is somebody else working on the product. It's 357 Apartment. So shout out to Carter for this information because he knew all this. I don't know who these people are. So these are the people he's reaching out to. Okay, to make for the sculpting, Sean Dabbs, for painting, apparently this woman, and I don't know who these people. I guess for part of that as well.
Right, but they got to get manufacturing warehouses, and they got to do that years in advance. They're booked up. They have to take windows when they can get them. Yeah. So they have to tell them.
How are we involving a company that again based out of Hong Kong, which is Hot Toys, right? A company like Toys Era. Toso Toys. Yeah. China, Hong Kong, I'm gonna assume that they, everything's made in China. I don't know if they're based out of Hong Kong, but let's just say they're based out of China.
You just answered your question right there.
What? With what?
China's the large manufacturer that they all share. It doesn't matter where Yost is, right?
No, correct. So, but is Jaz Inc. This is my question. Is Jaz Inc. going to China for their production? That's my question.
They might.
I don't know, but I would assume so because that's where all these manufacturing like. Why would he go somewhere else and nobody else? That doesn't.
So how would you
doesn't Caustic even use these guys too? And they're in Italy. Caustic uses the same bodies and the same manufacturers and the same Oh,
I don't know. I know Caustic makes their own stuff, but go ahead.
Fabs, which opens up another interesting question: the question of volume. Before Jaz Inc. vehicles prices would only attract a certain amount of people that are willing to pay all that money. These figures are fairly priced, so it's going to open up volumes of buyers. And I'm not going to say maybe could they be the numbers of a Hot Toys, because it is a figure that is licensed and is specific that people have been wanting, and the price is fair. Are they going to see a volume like that just for this figure? Will they be able to keep up? And this is probably where the Hong Kong manufacturer can come into play.
Right, you're not going to start a new production line in the Netherlands for 6-scale
Well,
figures.
that's my question.
You've already got something established.
Correct. So that's my question.
China and Hong Kong.
And remember that for his vehicles, he doesn't go to China or Hong Kong.
No.
So that's what I'm saying. So that was my question, because I don't know where he gets this done. I'm assuming locally, because it wouldn't make sense for him to go to China and get these vehicles made. So my question was, so that was my
fairness,
question.
I have no inside info either. I could be wrong about that.
Right. Yeah, me too.
Well,
Same here.
So that's the thing. That's my question. So how would, again, anything's possible. Anything's possible. So it's more logical to me, and it makes more sense to me that if companies within China, toy-related companies, toy-related factories within China, obviously they're going to know, there's going to be conversations and talk about what product is being made by the workers, what companies they're doing this for. So I understand that. What I am not okay with, and I don't agree with, is suddenly, we know that you guys said it yourselves, Hot Toys, this has been happening to Hot Toys for how long? But with Social Toys, you guys mentioned. It's happened to pretty much every company, with every company ever, right? People always come out with third party. And usually, because Hot Toys is the one with the most licenses, I feel like anything that is made third party that Hot Toys has made is usually coming, for Hot Toys. But again, Hot Toys, I feel like they don't care about any of that. Yeah, it affects them somewhat. But at the end of the day, if you know Hot Toys as a company, I don't think you're going to flinch with a third party. I don't think I've ever heard of somebody saying, hey, I'm not going to get the Hot Toys one, I'm going to get the third party one. I've never, as far as I know, that's never happened. So the point is, if you already know what to look for in the community or in the hobby regarding companies, toy companies, 1/6 scale companies, and you know that Jaz Inc. is not a figure company, you should be skeptical, period. It doesn't matter what the goal is, what the character is, what the item is. That none of that matters. What matters is just be aware what you're getting yourself into. It doesn't mean that it's going to be bad. It doesn't mean that it's going to be the worst figure in the world. It means none of that. Just because they're licensed doesn't mean it's going to be the best thing in the world either. Just know that if you're jumping into this product, is because, number one, you're comfortable with their products, you like their product, you like the company, you feel like they're perfectly fine. Like Mike loves their stuff. Doesn't matter. They can't do no wrong. Yeah, they can do no wrong in his eyes. And people feel that way, and that's okay. You're spending your money. You could feel however you want to feel about any company. It's your money. Nobody can tell you how to feel about how you spend your money, right? So it's not about that. But my point is, if this has been happening in the community for as far as we could go back, because third party has been around forever, why is this all of a sudden an excuse for Jaz Inc? That's my problem.
Well, I think what you said before is the whole thing for me is just, regardless of all this stuff, put out the best possible product, and you'll win people over.
Thank you. That's it.
You won't have to talk. You won't have to talk about it at all.
Thank you. Exactly.
Everybody will do it for you. They're waiting to do it for you. They can't wait to get down and put your balls in their hand.
Thank you.
Believe me. Believe me.
And that's my point. You don't need to call anybody illegal as your first word, when you should be worried about telling everybody about your product first and foremost.
Yeah,
right?
I'm excited about it, and you didn't have to say that to me. I didn't need to hear those words. I'm excited about it because you said Catwoman.
Exactly. Right. There was no reason to bring that up. It was unnecessary to point that out. If people are looking for your product, they're looking for your product, not for you to put down another company about your product. And and I could take it as, all right, fine. He was butthurt that somebody took his character first. Fine, but that's the game.
Well, here's the other thing too. These guys get crazy with this because it's money, man. If you see, you're not into the 1/12, but if you watch Bobby Valla argue with people from Hasbro, and it's competition, and where money's involved, people turn weird. They say things, they get angry, they get emotional.
No, and that's the competition. That's it. And that's when you know who is king. What does Hot Toys do? They don't come out with videos, talking about, this company made this illegal product. They're making illegal Palpatines. They're making illegal Imperial Guards. They're making illegal. They're making a bunch of stuff. And Hot Toys, what do? They're not talking, hey, this company made an illegal figure, but here they're worried about their next project, their next product, pumping out as much as possible.
Or they answered in a different way, which obviously he doesn't have the funds to do. They introduced a couple different lines. That's how they handled it. But they still didn't go on a tit for tat tirade with anybody. They just kept their mouths shut and got to work.
But also, don't forget that Hot Toys will go out of the way to shut somebody down. So that's another world too.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, why crucify this guy if everybody's playing dirty? Why crucify him?
I think Yost, whether it was emotions or whether it was the heat of the moment, he said something. He made a mistake. Maybe he shouldn't have said it because, like you said, every company's come from that illegal kind of location. But it's like, okay, he said it. He shouldn't have said it, but now let's move on, right? I'm not going to hold that necessarily against him completely, because I think you made a really good point, and all of you have been making the point, which is let him make a product that is going to hit it out of the park,
speak for itself,
and then that'll talk for it. That'll speak for the company, and that's it.
That's it. Right. That's all we need. And again, I'm not saying that I'm buying it because I'm not. You guys know that I'm not.
Come on.
It could be.
We're gonna take a collection. We're gonna take a collection. Get Fabs.
Come on, the spirit of collecting.
It could be the best figure in the world. I hope it is for you guys. I will not buy that.
We're all gonna have to pull together as a community and put in $10 to spend something there.
Get a GoFundMe for Catwoman.
No, look, we're gonna get the Catwoman.
Get over here.
We're going to get the Catwoman, and then you have to show on the doll where Jaz Inc hurt you.
Wrong. Now, is this going to be limited edition, like numbered edition? Because I know.
No, stop it. Don't even put anything in his head right now.
We got a hand.
Potentially, because I have the Bat Cycle coming, and that is numbered. Yes. With Burt Ward's signature and some other shit that is authenticated.
He does that, right? Because I've got the 22 Batmobile, and he send over everything comes with a numbered plaque with it. So,
and then if that's something the whole community's been saying. If shit's really limited, we don't know because nothing's numbered. Well, now we're gonna have a company that does that. Is that going to affect their sales? I don't know, but he's pinging on. It's like Battleship. He's hitting the edge of your boat.
Right.
We got 42 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you don't mind, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for being here. We also have a super chat from Daniel. Thank you, my friend.
Hello.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, you.
No, thank you, bro.
Thank you.
No, thank you, bro.
No, seriously, you.
No, seriously, thank you, bro.
No, for real, you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, my friend. He says, how often are filling brands like Jaz Inc. or other low-tier brands bought by you guys over the years to complete a need? How many are there?
Oh yeah,
new one every day.
Yep,
new one every day.
There's exactly. There are regular ones that are always coming out with product here and there, and there are one time one hit wonders. You know what I mean? Like they'll come out with one figure and then you'll never see them again. Or they'll come out with some type of kit or something, and you'll never see them again.
So what's the top 5 in your opinion? So we know is number 1.
Yeah, so is my number 1. Then we got obviously Infamous is fresh in my head. We got Toys Era. We got
Mars that we're talking about.
There's Mars Toys. There's Present Toys. There's Daft Toys. There is
Fishbone.
ADD Toys. Fishbone.
SL.
There's tons. There's so many. Like you could go crazy trying to name them all. And again, some of them are more popular than others. Some of them are better than others, better quality than others, better body than others. So they all vary. They're all different. And they're all up to you to justify.
You forgot the best one. 108 Toys.
108 Toys, Rudy's favorite. Rudy loves 108 toys so much. He owns stocks in the company. Okay.
I get 2 figures and Fabs like locked me into that brand forever.
Instead of reward point, you get stock options.
Rusty says Hot Toys has gone up. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I said. Motorbike 100,000%. Howie is coming for everyone. No one is safe. Watch him announce the. Yeah, see, I don't know about that, Thule, because Hot Toys has never. Again, I'm going to say it very clearly. It doesn't mean that they can never make it, right? It does not. What I'm about to say does not mean that, but because of the fact that they have never made it in the past, right? To me, it's like, what are the chances? Can they make it? Absolutely. Can they suddenly request that license? Absolutely. Now, would they get it because Jaz Inc. has it? Who knows, right? But if it's up to Hot Toys and they want to compete and they want to blow these people out of the water, you better believe they'll get that license for the Catwoman, and there goes Jaz Inc. So that's the thing. So I don't see them doing it because they've never done it before. Again, it doesn't mean that they can't do it. It's just I don't expect it because it's something that's never been done. That's the only reason why. If they had made it in the past, then absolutely, just to compete, just like it happened with the Vulture. When the Vulture came out, 3 companies were Eternal had their Vulture, Toys R Us had the Vulture, and then obviously Hot Toys, boom, here's my Vulture too. So it could happen at any moment. And look, here we are still waiting. The Eternal Vulture came out, the Toys R Us Vulture came out, and Hot Toys still, where's Hot Toys? So somebody mentioned earlier that they do that on purpose to make people not buy from other companies. But again, that's just the trick of the game. If you want to fall for that and you say, well, Hot Toys is making it, let me wait for Hot Toys to make it. Whose fault is that you're not making any money? It's not Hot Toys, because obviously the customer is going to what they know will be best. So you can't blame Hot Toys for having the reputation of being the best. So of course you're going to be butthurt if Hot Toys teases something, even if they don't make it, right? Even if they don't make it, but if they tease something around the time that's another company is teasing something to take away from them because they're unlicensed, then that's just part of the game. If you believe in your product so much that you're willing to make it unlicensed to be sold, then that's a risk you're going to take. If Hot Toys comes in and disrupts your little announcement, release, whatever, that's a risk you knew you were willing to take in this community when Hot Toys is king.
You're in the major leagues.
Correct.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right.
Yep.
So that's, whoa, Brad's on fire. That's the prototype. Mass production will be China. Where does Jaz Inc. makes the Batmobiles? Nothing was made in the Netherlands. Jaz Inc. checks and ships. Jaz Inc. does use China. Everyone does, no secret. Just read the box. It's not rocket science. My God, Brad. Whoa, Brad. Holy crap, he's on fire. Unreal. Thank you for that, Brad. But always remember. So let's see who else in.
That one was so stupid and so slow. It's the greatest.
Mike says, Fabs, your hate for Yost is on another level never before seen. Oh my God.
I feel like me and Mike are like Sam and Ralph punching out. Like it's my shift to deal with you to explain Jaz Inc. And then it goes back to Mike.
You can feel however you want to feel, but Fab will take you off his Christmas card list. Yost as if he gave you AIDS. That's not true. That's not true. This is exactly what I did with InArt. If you come in saying or doing some crazy shit in the community, you're gonna get called out. I am sorry if you don't like the criticism, but this is what we do. I get criticism about my collection, and it's nobody's business. So can you imagine being a business and not getting criticism? So that's what I do. I don't know about you, Michael, spending $5,000 on broken items, But hey, enjoy it. Enjoy it, my friend. Brad says that makes Sonomi look like a saint.
Oh man.
As long as it doesn't look like Star Ace. Thank you, Punisher. And that's why I mentioned just because it's licensed, it doesn't mean that it'll be good. And that was going to be my example. Look at Star Ace. Star Ace is 100% licensed. Rocky figures, complete trash, really, really bad, very, very simple figures. It's literally a body with a very, very, just very basic head sculpt, very, very crappily painted too. Nothing great about it, at least for me. That's my opinion. If you have them and you love them, that's on you. You're allowed to love them. I don't. Right? So that was going to be my go-to example. Star Race is fully licensed and they are complete garbage. Paul, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Nice to see you.
I'm doing.
Also, shout out to Eric. I saw you came in here, Eric. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Cassandra as well. Thank you for being here. We got, let's see who else we got to catch up with. Let's see. He's not a real collector. this guy, unbelievable. You should hop on and say it to my face.
Yeah, come on.
Mike.
And then we got there's a lot of third party Padme and Attic. There you go. Jaz Inc. was trying to sway people from under that Catwoman to save up for hit. No, absolutely. It's part of the game. You can try to do whatever you want, but we're not going to feel sorry for you because you're in that game. And that happens to Hot Toys all the time, and it happens to anybody, and it can and will happen to anybody in the future. So it's just, if you know what you're getting yourself into, then get yourself, then be ready for it.
All the toy guys say it's ruthless. It's a ruthless business.
Yeah.
It has to be. It has to be. And imagine putting out the money for the license. So now you're I'm with the big boys. I'm legit. And then that happens to you. Again, what business you're in. Jaz Inc. didn't start last year or 2 years ago or 3 years ago or 4 years ago or 5 years ago or 6 years ago or 7 years ago. So they've been around for a very long time. They know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly why they're still around. Okay. If they were that horrible, they wouldn't be around. Okay. So that's the thing. So just be prepared.
I can't wait till I convince Fabs to buy the 2-pack. So when pre-order date comes around, Jaz incorporates the Q system and drives me crazy.
I would never. Guys, don't forget, please hit that like button. There's 40 of you guys in here. Thank you guys for being here as well. So let's go over the what they talk about, right? So it says, surprise, here is a first tease of our officially licensed and approved Catwoman, approved by WB, DC, and Michelle Pfeiffer.
Michelle called him.
She was like, hey, Zaddy. Pre-order will open in 5 to 8 weeks, including 2 head sculpts, photorealistically sculpted and painted to the likeness of Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman 1992. 3 different mouth plates. They're getting fancy with the mouth plates. 3 different mouth plates per head. So that's a lot. That's a lot of stuff going in for a total of 6 head options. Okay. 2 movie accurate bodies with latex suits, 1 pristine, 1 battle damage. That's a cool idea. 1 cat litter. That's for Mike. Display base, 1 whip, 5 sets of clawed hands, electric stun gun, surprise accessory, which I guess that's going to be a pre-order.
It's going to be that bird.
Oh, true.
It's going to be that bird in their mouth.
High-end collectible box and limited edition plate.
What? No magnet base? No magnet base?
All right, so let's go with you, Nefty. How do you feel about all of these add-ons, accessories, things that are supposed to be coming with the figure?
I'm loving it. There's nothing much more I can ask. I got the whip there. I got the body battle damage version and the clean version latex. I mean, and then the fact that you have the 6 head options with all the mouthpieces that's coming with this, I say is a good to go. I mean, he did price the single one around the $250 range, and he says you'll get a deal when you buy the 2-pack. So let's say best is $500. And again, it's coming from China or the Netherlands. It comes with that price because I know for each of my vehicle In shipping, I paid $320 up here to the Hudson Valley. Each of them $320. So take the price of $1,600, add $320 to it. That's why I agree, Joker J, $2,000.
It is, yeah.
Oh, it's crazy.
But I like everything. Yeah,
Rudy.
I think. Listen, I think he's ticking off all the boxes. He's saying the right things. It's from an accessory point of view. Diorama bases are huge now with Hot Toys, with other companies. So he's kind of hitting all the benchmarks he needs to hit. So I think from a description point of view, it looks solid. Now let's see if he can deliver. That's the question.
So Bob says these pictures he's using were all posted years ago on Sean's IG, it looks. So again, be very careful with your excitement. I didn't even know that. So this is Sean.
Well, he says it. He says it in the video. That this is.
That he took it from here.
Yeah, when he talks about the artist that's making it, he says these are his past Michelle Pfeiffer's that he's custom made.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, so it's that. So here we have an image that he's made. Yikes! But I don't know. I don't know if this is what she's gonna look like, because this is not great by any means, at least at the moment. This is another one here. So
he had different pictures in the video.
Right. I'm see, here's another one here. So this is a video. So again, I don't know what to expect. I don't know the sculptor at all. I don't do custom. So I'm not anywhere near in that world at all whatsoever. It's not, something that is appealing to me at all. It's not something that's exciting to me at all. But look at this again. This is not the greatest, but this one specifically is not terrible. At least from the picture. These are supposed to be real metal, apparently, he says, these claws. Is this going to happen? Who knows? But we'll see how it turns out. Here's another one. So you guys seeing this, Joker J, you seeing these pictures. These are, again, from the supposed sculptor. How do you feel about this work?
I feel that the 2-pack is going to be a leap of faith. Mm-hmm. If I get one based on good prototypes and it drops off 10%, I can expect that. If I get 2 and something goes wrong and it comes out looking not quite great, I'm not going to be happy about that. So I don't know. Let's see the prototypes. I'm not worried about this guy's past stuff. Let's see what he does right now. Things have changed. I don't think these particular pictures you're pulling up right now look fantastic.
Well, I'm not gonna
100% my honest opinion.
No, 100%. And I'm gonna make this very clear too. I'm just pulling this up because of what Bob said. I'm not saying that this is gonna look like this at all. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this is the sculptor that is supposedly making sculpting the head sculpts.
Right. And I always, that's the way I look at everything. There's
Correct.
2 sides to every story,
Correct.
sometimes 3, blah, blah, blah. So
Correct.
he showed his good photos that he wanted people to see.
Correct.
But now we can go look and we can see the ones that maybe he didn't want people to see.
Correct.
So
and that's why I'm doing it. And that's why I'm doing it, because again, just because you guys may know the sculptor, again, I don't, but you guys may know the sculptor, you guys may know his work, you guys may have purchased his work prior. And you obviously would know better. I've never even seen this page until right now with you guys. So that's all I'm doing. I'm going through the pictures to see, what he has showing regarding Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. That's it. So it's not.
But even the suit, the pictures he showed of the suit, that's what got me thinking about that suit. Some of them were not great.
Yeah. The suit looks a little baggy almost.
Yes. And that's what got me thinking. He's really got to nail this, because if he puts out something like this, it's one and done. It's one and done.
Can you bring up the full picture?
No, you can't, because this is Instagram, so it's cut off.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so and he doesn't give you a full body shot either anywhere. Let me.
But I want it to be great. I want all these things he's promising to be great, because it'll make his life better. It'll make my life better. It's a win-win. We'll see how close we get to it. You know what I mean?
Clayton, how are you, my friend?
The king disappoints us, So see what happens.
Action figure Hawaii, my friend. He says Fab is going to get one in the middle of the night. Guys, there's 42 guys. There's 42 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button if you don't mind. Please, I appreciate it. So now, Rudy, how excited are you for this not owning a Catwoman? Period.
Look, I'm excited because I love 92 Batman Returns. So I mean, she's an iconic character, just like Danny DeVito's Penguin. I almost bought the Eternals one, and I'm glad I didn't. Right, the way that one turned out, but I'm curious now.
And I told you not to,
options.
right? Didn't I say like don't bother with that? And you were like, oh, I love Eternal, they're my favorite. I think we had that.
this guy always putting words in my mouth, man. I swear.
As long as it's just words.
I was about to say
no Diddy.
Oh, Diddy's in big trouble now.
All the homo.
So yes, so let me go back to this. All right, so now, guys, we're gonna do Nefty regarding the accessories. Would you care for, or do you think it's a great idea for them to go full metal, full diecast on the claws? Go all out in that way, or do you think they should play it safe and do it, their standard figure, all plastic, as long as it's great looking, right? You shouldn't have to worry about adding metal. Obviously, we know that Hot Toys does this with the diecast. Other companies do it as well, so it's not only Hot Toys. But the reason why they do it is because it makes the figures feel and look that much cooler, that much better, that much more accurate, that much more real, right? How do you feel? Do you think they should go all out, or do you think they should play it safe as their first figure, draw attention as much as possible, and then start, playing around if they
go all out, because he does it with his cars. He adds a real like metal parts here and there. Go all out. This is it. This is your chance to shine or to fucking burn.
Now, question. What would be a comfortable price for you personally to pay for this double pack?
Oh, double pack. I'll go 6. That's
600. Why? Remember this. Before you start throwing out insane prices, you don't have a figure from them. It's like Joker J said, it's going to be a tricky figure to make because of that outfit. Are you going to wait until the prototype is out, or are you going to pre-order as soon as you're capable of?
I'm going to want to see a prototype. Absolutely, I'm going to want to see a prototype. But I say that because I'm pricing each figure about $300, and I suspect that both figures are going to come with a ton of accessories, giving you various.
Well, we would hope, right? And he's telling us so far, a few things that are going to be in there. It doesn't, it looks like it's a lot of faceplates, 6 faceplates, 1 whip, 1 cat litter, 2 movie accurate bodies, which is not part of an accessory.
Which gives you different looks on the character. So you buy, let's say, one of them, and you have various expression, various looks you can go with. You buy both of them, now you have a ton of ways you can display each one. So I price them at $300 a pop, together $600. But I believe he said that if you buy 2 together, there'll be some type of a pricing. So probably wouldn't go 600.
It should be. It should be discounted if you get a double pack. But now another thing.
But the shipping is gonna bring it up.
Correct. Well, I mean, like I said, it shouldn't be a heavy box unless he designs it to be heavy and fancy and whatever. That's his own choice. But one thing I was going to say was, do you think that we're going to be able to get the one figure? Obviously there's going to be one, right? So I'm going to assume that the clean version is going to be sold separately. And then for you to get the battle damage, you're going to have to buy the double pack. Is that how you think it's going to work?
Or maybe both individual and a double pack.
Right.
That's why would he try to? He's not big enough to cut himself off at the knees.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was asking, because that they do that. Inart did it. J&D did it. So I thought maybe that was their mentality also. Like, oh, let's try to force people to get this, because if they don't get this one, they're not going to get this specific figure.
Unless the production cost is that much more to box individual, and a combo. That's the only way I can see him not doing it, if it's not cost effective. Otherwise, he's going to want to give you as many options as possible. He's looking to get his foot in the door in a big way. He's like Nefty said, he's going to pull out the stops. I know we're not going to get it, but how soon before a company his size can give us PERS or separate eye rolling system, something like that? That's now standard. Mars Toys ain't giving us that. You know what I mean?
You know what though? I wouldn't be surprised because we're not seeing everything yet. I wouldn't be surprised if he actually does it, because we're seeing some third-party companies do it.
It'd be impressive. But that sculpt better be beautiful though,
Wait,
because
which
those
one?
eyes ain't gonna make up for a bad head sculpt. They're just an addition.
Which one?
Anything.
No,
Anything.
I thought you guys were talking about something specific, like a specific figure.
No, I'm
No,
saying,
like-
imagine if he gives us purs or the separate eyes roll
gotcha,
system.
Yeah.
But I was saying the sculpt still has to be good. That's not going to make up for a bad sculpt.
Correct.
You know,
Right.
you can't eyes your way out of a bad sculpt.
If anything, the rolling eye system will make it look worse if it's not great. You know.
Yeah.
And it's
'cause
hard,
we've
it's hard to
seen
do.
that.
Right.
We've seen that with Hot Toys where it's not the rolling eye system kind of takes away from it a little bit. So
Ahsoka,
it's only
she looks
recently,
bug-eyed. She looks more like Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Bob says so. Jaz Inc. little post was really just meaningless, right? I don't know what that means, Bob.
Jaz Inc's little post was really just meaningless.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, Bob. Explain. Say it in Spanish if you have to. That'll be my favorite shelf. Ernesto, how are you, my friend? Welcome. Thank you for being here.
I'm doing.
Welcome. Let's see. Is this Jaz Inc? Yes, sir. We're talking about Jaz Inc. New topic coming up. The thing is, how long is it going to take to make 3 years or more? I can see 2 years. Of course, you would see 2 years, Brad, because you're so used to peasant inert. What up, Joker J? Says Cassandra. Cassandra, wait, I didn't even say hello to you. Wait.
I'm doing.
Welcome.
What's up, hon? I hope you're feeling good.
And then Chris says, who are their artists? Ex Hot Toys employees? Probably. No, I don't think so. I think they're different people. Let's see. So,
Ex-Vikings.
so guys, our next topic, which is a very exciting topic, and we're going to go with Rudy ASAP because it looks like he may be running towards the border soon. So it looks
don't be racist.
Don't be racist.
Come on.
So it looks like, guys, that we got everything that's upcoming, right? Everything that we should be expecting for the rest of the year, at least, or at least the next couple months. So it looks like, Rudy, tell us everything that you're not getting, what you're mostly excited for, and what you think of this amazing Batman box that I just noticed. Go ahead.
I mean, the first thing I thought was I'm screwed. It's first of all, no, I got excited, and then I thought I'm screwed. Because look, let's see, what do I got? I got the 2 Avatar figures coming, and then I got all the Marvel stuff, except for the open suit Iron Man.
You got all this here, right?
All that there, basically. Just all that except for that Iron Man in the middle, the open suit one.
And you said you were gonna tell people don't get Kang because he's not gonna do very well. You said?
No.
That was me.
No,
Dude,
he actually said the opposite. He said that Kang's
I think that's gonna be the one that,
because they're not gonna
it's
make him again.
they're not gonna make him again. They're gonna recast the role, right? So we're gonna get a different version of Kang. So I think that's the one that that's gonna probably sell out more frequently.
Sell your mind.
Bob says no prototype, no pre-order, just a notice to not buy the Mars Toys Pfeiffer.
Fair point.
How dare you?
Hey, Bob, stop it. Okay. So go ahead, Rudy.
Yeah, no. So I'm getting all of that stuff, man. I'm final payment at Sideshow on pretty much all of those at this point. So
What are you
I just
most
need to-
excited for out of all of them that you're getting?
I gotta be honest, the Avatar figures. I know.
Really? Wait, you don't have the original one?
I have the original one. He's staring
okay.
at me right here.
Oh, okay, nice.
So that's why I think a lot of
Yeah.
people passed on that one. That one went long on Sideshow before it sold
Oh yeah,
out.
it sat for a
It
while.
sat there for a while. It was in discount, but that's a great figure to have in person. So I'm definitely looking forward to those. Something a little different in the collection. And then actually, surprisingly, the Jane Foster, the Mighty Thor.
Yeah.
Whatever you think about the movie, right? And I know that the movie has its detractors. The line of figures
Yes.
has been incredible.
Yes.
Like every figure from that I've gotten, Gore, Valkyrie, right? The Thor in the wacky color scheme just looks amazing. So that's why that one has me a little bit excited.
And one thing, if you guys pay attention to the hair, tell me that doesn't look artisan right now. That looks gorgeous. That looks straight artisan, 100% right here.
Yeah,
She
Hot
looks-
Toys is killing it with the
No, she
sculpted
looks very
hair.
good. Very good.
They're doing a great job.
Ernesto says Praetorian Guard went waitlisted as soon as this picture popped online. This kind of strategy just think needs to work with at some point. I mean, I don't think they're at that level yet. I mean, eventually, I guess they could, but I don't know. What do you guys think of that?
Sideshow's been doing this a lot lately.
Yeah.
They're buying small. If it still is up for pre-order when the figure starts to come out, they immediately put a low stock warning on there. So I don't know if you can trust that or not, because those wait lists are converting.
Right, every Friday. What is it, like Friday or Saturday night? There's like everybody's always posting waitlist conversion. I got my waitlist. So
right, yeah, that's been happening the last few days. A lot of people are getting a lot of conversions too.
Yeah. Commandos.
Oh, I know.
It's smart for them. It's smart for them because they order a low stock, they sell it off. Whatever's going to be dead stock right when it's coming out and the hype is hot. They're like, hey, don't forget, these are about to go. Get yours now. So they catch a few stragglers that way, and then they get rid of the rest of them on the waitlist conversions, and then they're done with it, and they move on to the next product. It's a smart way to not get stuck with the COVID figures that they got stuck with that are still on the site to this day.
Right.
Daniel says, here's a new odd one. I've recently seen several vids and streams from 1/6 community legitimately complaining and bitching about Hot Toys releasing too many figures in 2024. Really? Yep. Well, I mean, that
people are flaky.
I don't know how you would complain about if you're not going to get it, you're not going to get it. You know what I mean? You don't need to complain about like, oh, stop making too much so I could catch up. Like that would be my complaint, and I'm not even complaining about that because it is what it is. You know what I mean? You're gonna collect at your own pace. You're gonna buy at your own pace. You don't have to necessarily buy as soon as everything's out. I definitely don't do that anymore. It's unrealistic to me, but people do it all the time. It's unrealistic to me at this point. It doesn't make sense to me at this point when everything's losing so much value as it is. So I'm still buying everything, but I'm not like, oh, I need to jump on it now. If I could save $50 later on, why not?
Yeah,
it's gonna lose it anyway, so why not wait for it? So that's how I'm doing it right now. Brad says the key to Bono will be Grail, especially with this Michelle Pfeiffer. Brad, are you buying? I'm not even going to ask because I know the answer already. He's already talking about them two together, so you know what that means. There are only two things in this picture I had on pre-order. Which ones, Michael? So, Nefty, what are you waiting from these?
The only thing I'm not getting, will be easier, are the two Avatar and the Iron Man. I'm not getting those.
You know, it's funny. Before you even started, I was like, Nefty's going to be the racist ones with the blue people. I knew it. I knew right away.
Yeah, everything else I am getting. I'm getting two of the guards though.
These, right?
Yeah, I'm getting two of those.
Yeah, no, I pre-ordered. Believe it or not, I pre-ordered, I believe, two, and I need a third one because I with the original Praetorians, I got all three. So that like you have to get all three. You know what I mean? Like that looks beautiful when you get all three. Joker J, tell us what you're expecting.
Anakin, Batman. What else is there in there? There was a couple more.
Darth Vader.
I got the Vader coming. I got two of those Spideys coming.
Oh, the black suit Spider-Man.
Yep.
What about
here's the thing I did, and this is for Daniel Hogg, since you're new. Don't make the mistakes that I make all the time. If you get a lull where things are not coming in, that's the time to go pay some things off early, because these pre-order windows now, or the delivery windows, are 6 months. So you can't budget. You just can't. You have to pay things off early and just wait for them to come in. Or what happens to me is a couple of weeks ago, rather than pay off some stuff early, I said, nothing's coming in. I better go backtrack and buy older, more expensive stuff online. Right. So then I missed my window to get ahead of the game. And then Hot Toys hits you with the exclusive stuff that's going to be out the next day. So what do? I got to get 6 Stormtroopers. So they're coming any day now. And then on top of that, we get this stuff could be coming any day now. And then I've got like however many figures, third-party figures with kit coming, and everything's overdue. So I have no idea when any of this stuff is going to drop. Right. But when it does, because it always does in this manner, it's going to come down 5 or 6 or 7 at a time, and you get hit with a huge bill. So when there's downtime, pay off things that you've had. Don't buy more stuff. I do it all the time. Don't do what I did.
That is a very good advice to give somebody because it's very true. Any little, I mean, if you're doing payment plans, you know what I mean? That's the thing. If you like the payment plans and you
No,
Did we just lose Fabs?
I think we did.
We just did. He was giving good advice. That's
Now's
a great
my chance to
picture.
talk shit.
Somebody take a snapshot. Hold on. There we go.
You got it.
I got it. Hold on.
Are we still here? Can anybody
We're
see the
still
chat?
You know what?
Yeah, for the chat. Let's see if we can still see us.
I can't see the chat. Can you guys see it?
I can see it. Hold on. I just turned it on. I went off full screen.
Are we still here?
Yep, we're still here.
Everybody in the chat, are we still can you guys hear us, or did we all get knocked out of here? Maybe it just we just lost Fabs. Hold on, let me check.
Is he backstage? Do we have to let him in now?
No, we can see. They can still see us. I just went on. So I guess we should run the show.
Yeah.
Right.
So now we're going to talk about why we love InArt.
Let's start with that. Let's start with InArt. Wait, are you guys actually getting any InArt or no?
Yeah.
I have the Superman, and I just jumped into the Harry Potter. I just got into that right now.
Oh, I did this. Those two, and the Paul Atreides.
Yeah, no, I didn't do them, but yeah,
but yeah, that's what scares me about what Joker was saying about 1/6 kit. I've got like 3 of those figures. I've got a ton of those, and those come without warning.
Oh yeah.
So all of a sudden, for any of you guys collecting out there, we've got all these figures that Hot Toys just announced here, where I'm got the final invoice ready, and then Kit is gonna drop the things whenever, you know.
Yeah.
It's about, as best as you can, but it's about budgeting yourself, because I budget myself, and even if you look at my pre-orders, you say, "Oh, that's a lot of pre-orders." No, that's 2025 when they come out. So I already have the money for that. For this money, it's already budgeted. You understand? So when they come and just paying, and there's things that I can budget, exclusive, last minute exclusive that we recently just had. That one, I'm just eating the sandwich on that one.
Well, that's what happened to me. I was like, there's a little lull here. Stuff's been pushed back. We got all those delays. I said, I can either collect backwards now and grab something, or wait another 6 months or whatever. And then they came out with those troopers, and I was like, I already have 1 billion troopers, but not 1 billion. I have enough troopers and I don't need more. But an OT trooper with the side saddle or the side holster and all that, I was just, and then the backdrop, I'm like, all right, I need 2 of those. And then I was like, well, sometimes stuff like that sells out unexpectedly, and you're like, I wish I had it when it was there, so I'll get 2 more. And then they gave us the black version, the death, whatever they are, the
Shadow Trooper.
Shadow Troopers,
right?
And they had the red background. So I was like, all right, it's a cheap repaint, but the red background's worth it, so I got to get 2 of those. And then we know that it's coming out like right away. If we were in China, we already would have gotten the bill. The only thing right now is we're waiting for it to get off the boat. So it's like that clock is ticking. But I didn't see those 6 purchases, and I didn't have to make them. That's on me. Nobody did that to me. Nobody twisted my arm. But
that's the problem. And listen, I'm guilty of that too, because there was a lull. I haven't gotten, I've gotten a couple that were already in transit. And then I even reached out to Fabs, and I told Fabs, listen, he's holding 2 figures that I want to pick up from him, right? The what is it? The Fantastic Beast figures. He's like got the exclusives, and I thought with the Harry Potter figures coming out, I thought those will look nice in the display. And I told him, listen, get them to me, and I'll pay them off, because I'm like, I got extra money in my pocket and everything. And then same mistake, right? Hot Toys is now teasing all these, and I'm already like, all right, I've got, what was it, like 8 or 9 of those from Sideshow. So your final bill is 100. So do the math right there.
Yeah.
Hopefully they don't come in at the same time. And then, like you said, Kit. Giant Toys, KG Hobby, all those have some of my pre-orders.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, look at it! What happened,
guys? No, I completely lost service. I have no idea what happened. The fuse box, the what do you call it? The fuse in the fuse box was completely gone.
Is it raining by you? Is it raining by you? Storming by you?
I guess I don't know, but I'm downstairs, so I can't hear. So I apologize, guys. I lost service 100%.
Don't worry. We told everybody about all your InArt purchases, all your Jaz Inc purchases, everything that you're buying.
Go ahead, keep going with the conversation. I'm just gonna catch up with the comments.
Yeah. You think we're gonna get any drops soon from Hot Toys in the Marvel DC realm?
So we did already. We got this. It's already out right now.
That bike, Common Rider bike.
Correct.
The bike dropped already.
Yeah, the bike. Yep, the bike is what I'm about to pull up. Because that's the only thing out of the picture already that's out.
Yeah, Thule knows. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. I was gonna say, how do you guys feel about the bike? Well, let me catch up with the comments real quick. Nothing is coming in. I'm driving figure right quick. This guy, unbelievable. Joe P, welcome. How are you? Thank you for being here. Let me say hello. Hello. Hello.
I'm doing.
And guys, don't forget to hit that like button. There's 44 of you guys in here. Please don't forget if you don't mind. Yes, finally. What? You
got knocked out.
God has spoken. Oh yeah, Brad. Oh yeah.
Oh no, you don't.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This for you. This for you, Brad. This for you. Where is it? I gotta give you some love. I'm gonna give you some love.
I swear, you must spend hours like just putting those together.
I do not. Lahada does.
Yeah. Shout out to Lahada.
Yeah, Lahada sends them to me. Let's see. Bob says, "Yeah, y'all still alive." Fab just froze. Yeah, no, my thing was gone. Yep, Fab is stuck in the Twilight Zone. That was my punishment for talking about Jaz Inc. Yes, I can hear the three of you. Oh my God, that was a nightmare. Yeah, I don't know what happened. That was very, very random. Fab on money.
Paid it off in Hot Toys.
I haven't been able to pay my bill.
No.
I'm too
For a
busy.
second, I thought you got swatted or something like that.
Swatted. If anything, I got EMP'd. Let's see. Joey, welcome. I haven't seen this guy in the chat in forever. How are you, my friend? Nice to see you. Welcome. Let's see who else is in here. Going to be Bro. Left Fab back in. Imagine if they kicked me out of my own stuff. Nightmare. Wow. Some experience cast this rate production close to the norm. Fabby said he's moving to Norway. No order.
He's gonna go knock on his door.
Oh my God. The in-art spies have to go to Fab. The in-art spies. Imagine. Presenter says, Fabs, you need to go live with Brad, Joker J, and Mike. That would be great. Yeah, but Brad has to step out of the peasantness and come be with the big boys, Hot Toys. You know, when he realizes that in-art doesn't exist in the community, then he could come hang out. Let's see. Uncarded says that was exactly 100%. We got Big Dog in the house. Welcome, my friend. How are you doing? Woo! Everybody? Joker?
No.
All right, see, solid.
Like, no.
I'm in solidarity with Joker right there.
Man, have I joined a new hobby with complainers? It's a seemingly love-hate and fickle group of good folk. Who's complaining? Give me names, Daniel. Give me names.
We will take care of them. Give us names.
We will fix them. We will fix them.
And yes, you did join. It's nothing but complainers.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see a figure that you personally will think is great, and you'll see the community saying, "Who asked for this? Why did you make this? Blah blah blah." It's always a problem. So, guys, quickly with the bike, so we can get out of here. Now, we got this bike. Obviously, I don't know. I don't think any of you guys got these figures yet. At least, did you, Rudy?
No.
You said you're getting both with the bike, right?
No. Get out of here. I don't even know what this is. You know, so
Cucaracha man. Cucaracha.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
El hormiga, you know.
Look, I will say the bike looked nice. I was tempted to get it for like a custom or something just to have, because the bike actually looks pretty nice. Just pry off the crazy ant horns.
Right. And if you missed out on the 22 Batman bat cycle, there you go. Replacement. Joker J.
Yeah.
How appealing are these figures to you? Are you getting them? Did you Do you plan on getting them? Do you like them at all? Do you not care for them? And how do you feel about the bike?
They're one of those IPs that I have a vague memory of when I was younger, but I couldn't tell you anything about it. It's just like for some reason they've just always been there in the back of my mind, and then they put figures up, and I'm like, I know these guys somehow. So I think they're cool as hell. If I didn't have if I had unlimited funds, I would add them to the collection because they're not a big thing over here. Like,
Right.
I kind of like. To me, exclusivity is more than people saying numbers. It's like having that odd thing that a lot of people aren't into. To me, is just as cool as certain exclusive stuff. So I would love these guys, but I just can't. Between all the other stuff I collect, and I go beyond the Star Wars and Marvel stuff. I'm way into Universal characters, like the Dracula and the Nosferatu. And now they're doing that Lon Chaney or the Phantom of the Opera figure, and that thing's beautiful. I like weird stuff, old stuff. These guys are right up my alley, but funds. It's funds.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Can't have everything. What would you do with it?
I love these figures. I'm planning on getting these figures at some point. Obviously with the bike as well, especially the battle damage one, which is my favorite one.
Do the eyes light up?
Yes. On the bike, the bike and the figure. On the bike and the figure.
I like them. They're cool.
No, they're nice. See, like here the eyes are off, and then you can see here they're on.
That bike definitely cannot be taken apart to look like just a normal bike to go with any figure, right? Like it's got certain characteristics.
So.
Right. It's got like specific like bug things on
it. Yeah,
it's really just the front headlight, right? That's
you got
what it is.
You got this.
Yeah, but that's not that bad. The one in the back, it's really the front that.
Well, yeah, you don't want your bike to look like a grasshopper. You know what I mean? So I think that's what it is. But you could, you could, I guess, if you really wanted to, you could just black this out and make it look like you know what I mean? Like
somebody could customize it. Yeah,
exactly.
It's a great bike.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That bike looks fantastic. I mean, it's really impressive.
Nefty, where's that penguin from? Who makes it? Eternal.
Eternal. You guys were busting balls about it earlier this time.
And then who else has to go? Rudy went, right? Rudy, you said you're getting them. And then we didn't even finish this. So did you go, Joker J, of what you have on order? Is it?
Yeah, I got like 5 or 6 of these, and then a billion others that are coming. So I'm screwed.
And you, Nefty?
Yep, I got it.
You said everything but these two, right?
There's those two and the Iron Man. I don't care for that.
Yeah, so I got everything. I got everything on pre-order pretty much. This guy, he's coming from Pop Collectibles. He's fully paid off. But because I ordered second batch, what I'm planning on doing, and again, him giving the runaround to people now, what I told him already that I'm planning on doing is changing my batch from second batch to first batch, which, like I said, it's already paid off. Once you pay off that item from Pop Collectibles, then you still got to pay, $70 shipping after the fact. Also, having it be or switch to the first batch will cost me an extra $150 to $175 just for that adjustment. Because when they come out and you get, you want that first batch, you're going to get that, shipped out to you immediately as it comes out. If you order, so obviously they mark that up. So because to save the money, obviously I did second batch. I don't care to get it quicker. The problem is, like I mentioned, he's giving people the runaround now. If you order, second batch, you could be waiting a month and a half to 2 months.
So listen, guys, buy your shirts now because Bob is going to need the money to pay for first batch right there.
So
buy 3 or 4 of them. Give away Christmas presents.
So that's my thing. I have to now overspend out of fear of being given the runaround. Not only that, but he noticed, right? Pop Collectibles noticed that I was working with toysforkiddles.com.
Oh, really?
And, I didn't tell you guys? Oh, he didn't like that. So what happened was I was messaging him regarding somebody else's shipments that weren't getting delivered. I believe I want to say it was Nathan Henderson, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah, so I was dealing with, I was being the middleman for Nathan with Pop Collectibles. And they were messaging me back, have him message us, blah, 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 tell him that it'll be shipped soon. There was a conversation at first. Then Pop started looking at my story. I had ordered a figure. I put huge thanks to Toys for Kiddles. He saw that post, that story. After that story, when I messaged him again about another figure for the person, again, I don't remember. I want to say it's Nathan, but I don't remember. He goes, just have him message me. Don't message. You don't message me anymore. And I said, so after that, after he noticed that I wasn't, I guess, on Pop Collectibles team promoting Pop Collectibles, he said, you know, what are you doing? Like, leave me the hell alone. You got nothing to do with us. So after that, I said, man, now he's going to give me the runaround because he knows that I'm with somebody else. So I messaged him and I said, hey, is it possible for me to change from second batch to first batch when the figure comes out? He goes, what's your order number? I sent him the order number. He's till to this day, he hasn't read the message. So because of the fact that he saw that I was, you know, affiliated with somebody else, I have a feeling that he's going to be in no rush to give me my figure, even if it's slightly earlier, which he could have at any moment. Even if I ordered, you know, second batch, as you know, as a courtesy, he would have said, hey, you know, the figure's here. Let me send it to you.
I hate that stuff happens too. I hate that happens, but we know that it does.
Right.
We know there's favoritism. We know
the fact that happened to me with him, you know, that he told me, leave me alone, pretty much, like, don't get involved, pretty much. I know that he's going to have no intentions and no rush to give me my product. So I am willing to pay the extra $150, $175 while it's already paid, obviously, plus shipping. So it'll be another figure altogether. $275 at least I got to put out to buy this figure to not get the runaround.
Just to get out from under that worry.
Exactly. And that is my one, the one figure that I have left on order with Pop Collectibles. And after that, I'm completely done. And it's just a shame that I have to overspend because of that whole situation. You know?
Well, I told you, I'm little by little, I'm branching out to other resellers and stuff because I'm always looking for deals, trying to get things cheaper, faster, blah, blah, blah. And I'm starting to see how some of these other businesses I haven't used in the past work, and I'm not thrilled. So I'm not going to put anybody on blast, but you ain't going to get my business again. It's just that simple. If you tell me something's going to be X months out from the last person that gets their stuff, and then you send me a tracking thing and say it's on its way, and then you tell me the tracking is being shipped from China on a boat, and the next tracking I'll get will be 30 days from now. It's like, why am I using you at all?
Right.
If it's not even coming from you, like that type of stuff gets under my skin.
No, that's
and
crazy.
it's like
They don't tell you about it.
Because I do a lot of research and I watch what people say about things, but do I read the very, very fine print of every company's policies? No, because they all kind of operate the same.
And that's the point. They don't tell you.
But I can't get KG to get back to me on anything. It takes days upon days. And then they tell you, well, we get our batches 7 to 10 weeks after Hot Toys. It's like, Hot Toys is 2 blocks down the street. What are you talking about? Go buy my figure, put it in a box, and send it to me. If you're 2 blocks away from the company, and obviously that's just for humor, but if you're close to the company and you're getting it 7 weeks after I could get it, purchasing from Sideshow, who's always late, what are we talking about?
Yeah, why are you even a company?
But they got my money locked up, so I got to play these games. So I got all these tabs on my phone of all these companies that are kind of like keeping me in limbo, and I'm like, never using you again, never using you again, never using you again.
Oh, man. All right, Rudy.
It's ruthless.
Rudy, tell us your worst experience with Toys Wonderland. No, I'm kidding. All right, guys. So before you guys leave, there's 48 of you guys in here. Please hit that like button. Nefty, anything coming up? Are you expecting any deliveries of anything anytime soon?
I think Catwoman is Sideshow just hit me up. They're delivering it, you know. So that's about it. I got a couple other things. The C-3PO, I got noticed that it's finally coming from Sideshow as well. But
you said you're getting Catwoman from Sideshow already from Jaz Inc. Damn, you're a pre-order.
No. You know, and that's about it. That's about it. Oh, and one more thing. I mean, obviously, because I'm not on YouTube all the time, but if I don't get to say that, I would just want to say for Memorial Day coming up now, you know, as we celebrate, always remember those men and women that wore that uniform and sacrificed to give us all our freedom. Even though I've never been in the military, my respect to all those men and women that donned that uniform. It's just while we're out there barbecuing and enjoying and drinking, you know, a moment of silence for those big guys and women.
No matter what race you are, no matter what you come from, It matters. It mattered. Respect matters.
Absolutely, absolutely,
Well,
absolutely.
guys.
That's it for me.
That is true. Rudy.
What have I got? I got the Daredevil. She-Hulk Daredevil is on its way. I'm not going to tell you the other figures that are on the way because you're going to make fun of me. So you'll see them when I post some pictures. But it's that's the next one, Daredevil, coming in.
Joker J.
What do I got coming?
Yeah. Besides everything.
Where do I start? These guys just came in. Now look, I know this is just a Feist body stuffed in a statue, but these things look so cool. I just want to show everybody. Thing's huge, by the way, too, and weighs a fucking ton.
Bring him up. Bring him up.
Ooh.
Can you see this?
The Medusa.
Oh, Medusa. Yeah. You got to get Perseus now.
I would get a whole Clash of the Titans line if they did like the 80s Clash of the Titans with Harry Hamlin and all that.
Right. No,
look at how thick this thing is, though.
No, that's beautiful.
And it's just a Feist body with a cool head sculpt and a statue. I mean, it's great.
That looks great.
It's a very classy piece.
Yep.
Yeah. So she just came in, and she was another thing that got pushed back, and I didn't expect to have right now. So I got her. I got 2 versions of her.
Oh, you got both versions?
Yeah, because I liked both heads. I couldn't decide. I said, what would Fobs do in those moments? I
was just gonna say that's exactly what I would have done. That's exactly what I would have done. I would say, let me just get both. Absolutely.
Yep.
He said, what would Fabs do?
But that's about it. Yeah, just looking forward to the next stream, and we'll see what comes here by then. Eventually, I'll have enough money to stop collecting figures and actually get the display going. Because everything I put up Detolfs, and then I still don't have enough for my figures, and I order more Detolfs, and then I put them up, and I'm always behind. I never get a chance to get the lighting proper, so it's like,
Also, now that Bobby is bringing this up, who was the company? Mars.
It was Mars.
Yeah, so
Mars Toys
also,
doing the Quint.
Go ahead.
Bob told me that, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
dude, Jaws has been my favorite movie ever since I was a kid. I saw it. I was being babysat by my neighbor before they realized they could diddle kids, so he never touched me, which was cool. And he fell asleep, and I woke up from whatever nap or whatever it was. It was dark out, I remember, and nobody was home, and he was asleep on the couch, the dad. And Jaws came on the TV, and I sat and watched that movie in the dark when I was like 6 years old, and it skipped. To this day, I will not go in the ocean. I won't go in a lake. I won't go in any body of water that's not like a pool, and even then I got to make sure there's no alligators or nothing in there. Yeah. So I love Jaws to the point where when me and my ex-girlfriend would watch it, we would just recite the whole movie. The whole way through, we would just be one step ahead with every line. I've seen it so many times. I've had it on everything, CDs or DVDs, VHS, reel-to-reel, just about. I mean, everything. I love Jaws. So, yes, that is a poster that my ex got framed for me, and
Joker,
love her.
You have another question.
Does the Medusa have legs?
Yes, she's a full Feist body. You can pull her right out. She's got
that's sick.
So
guards that go over the legs and boots and the whole 9.
I thought it was just half a torso shoved in there.
Right.
No, it's just a hollow snake body that she slides into, and then they give you the waistings to cover up. It's pretty ingenious, actually.
That's very smart. No, that's very.
And it's cheap. It's cheap. That thing was less than $200.
Yeah, no, it is worth every penny.
Well, maybe a little more, but it was reasonable.
It looks great. Rudy, tell them about the Jaws Mars figures, since you know.
No, I don't know if you've seen those, but they've been teasing Quint, and they finally had the painted one, and I'm like, as soon as they put that up forward, or I'm like you, I've been watching Jaws forever since I was a kid, right? That's how I got introduced to collecting, right, through movies, and it was Jaws, Indiana Jones. My dad let me watch Rambo with him, when I was probably just a little too young to see him blowing up the Vietnamese colonel with his bow and arrow. So, and there I am, like, a 6-year-old kid, like, oh my God, so Quint is coming home as soon as that goes forward, and I'm hoping that means they're going to do Hooper and Brody. Yeah.
Hooper and Chief Brody.
Yeah, Chief Brody. I hope they make the 3 of them.
Well, this is what I said to Bobby. How stupid am I? I go, Mars is going to have a tough time because NECA couldn't get Brody's estate wouldn't give over the likeness for the Chief Brody figure. And Bob's like, it's Mars. They're not licensed. And I was like,
yeah,
that's a good point.
Right.
All right, guys. So we did it. And also, we obviously didn't speak on Inart tonight, but we always have to give them a shout out. Make sure that they know that we love them. Oh my God. So as always, guys, we'll be back on Saturday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. Don't be late. Thank you guys for being here. And we'll see you in the next one.